Harbaugh will start at quarterback. That, of course, for the Bears, Ozine, Wojciechowski, Fontenot, Thayer, Van Horn, and Blackwell, Kelly Blackwell. The free agent from TCU at tight end, Anderson, Mustard, the deep backs, Waddle. Opens as the wide receiver to the left, and Harbaugh will throw it on first down. Under pressure is Harbaugh, and out he comes with some room. First down Bears, first down Harbaugh. Flag on the play, stopped by Jesse Solomon. Waddle in motion. Anderson on the draw, with room. Close to a first. Gain of maybe 6. McKyer on the stop.
This is the way a Mike Ditka team likes to start. You want to establish control of the line of scrimmage. The way to establish control in the line of scrimmage is being able to block at the line and run right at it. You see they got that counter tray. They all block down. They pull the off guard and the off tackle, and they run Neil Anderson in that 6-hole.
A little bit different look on defense for the Bears. Up front 4. The 4 usual ones, Dent, Perry, McMichael, and Armstrong. Only 2 linebackers, Singletary and Morrissey. And against this Atlanta offense, 5 defensive backs. First and 10, Chicago at their own 34. Waddle in motion. And on Mustard. Big hole for Brad Mustard into Falcon territory. Well, Mike Ditka said, John, yesterday, we got to get the ball to this guy more.
I tell you, and the thing you can do against Atlanta defense, because they flow, is cut back. Watch the defense flow towards us. Now, when that happens, they're going to pursue to the onside. But look at this cutback. Look at here, this cutback lane. They all flow in here, and boy, do they give you that cutback over there.
Somebody withdrew something from your bank account.
I know, it was awesome. I'd like to put a 1 in front of those numbers. Let's show that thing.
This is Anderson on the cutback. And that counter play, he's gone. Bears are going to take the lead. Anderson from 49 yards. Mustard got 17, and Anderson got the rest.
Mustard showed him how to do it. Start one way and cut back the other.
Deion Sanders back deep in the middle, ever pacing. He says he gets tired, no wonder. He's going to handle it at the 9. Boy, he's remarkable, isn't he? From behind, Sanders almost gone. Gets it to the Bear 35. Tripped up by the last man, Mark Carrier.
I tell you, he's one of those athletes that is worth the admission. You know, if you talk about someone who is fun to watch play, just Deion Sanders just returning this kick and just always having a feel. You know he has the speed. You know that he's a great athlete and all those things, but what a feel he has. He knows where his guys are and where their guys are. And he stays close to his and away from theirs and almost breaks it. And he said the other thing he likes about football, you get more excited when you play it.
Miller back to throw it. Down in the arms of Steve McMichael, a loss of 8.
The Bears have their big rookie Alonzo Spellman in there. He's taking William Perry's place. Now there's a big guy. And they just ran the ball right at him that time. But here's a guy who just turned 21 years old today. Mike Gann of Atlanta was saying yesterday, he said, when that guy learns to play, he's going to be dangerous.
Norm Johnson from 45 yards. The snap goes over Fulhaig's head. And he is down by the Bears, way deep. Donnell Wolford. A high snap that Fulhaig couldn't handle. And the Bears will take over in Falcon territory. Pass Anderson, blockers in front. Neil Anderson pulls away from everybody and tripped after he got a first down inside the 25. The screen got 18. Brian Mitchell tripped him up.
Yeah, I know that, for a while there, Neil Anderson was in Mike Ditka's doghouse, but I've always said, when you talk about everything, blocking, catching, running, Neil Anderson is one of the best running backs in this league, because he can do that. This guy is a tough guy.
They just came from the wedding, I think.
Yeah, they get up and say, well, let's all put on those white dinner jackets and sunglasses and hats and go to the game.
Not sure who got married. This is Mustard. Mustard stopped by Oliver Barnett after a gain of perhaps 10. He's one of those guys who you think you've got him stopped, and all of a sudden he falls for 4.
I know, and the way he runs, he's a long strider, and he's, in about 2 or 3 strides, he'll go 8 or 10 yards, and you think, well, he gained 2 yards, and you look up and it's 8. Here's Tom Waddle. Here's Deion Sanders. Who would have thought? You watch. Deion tries to jam him there. It's okay there. Now he takes a peek right there in at the quarterback. When he comes back, he doesn't locate Waddle. Then he doesn't even chase him. He just lets him go.
Our ball back this time to Anderson. Very close to first down. 8 yards. Yep.
He was one of the first guards that could really run.
Here's Chris Miller out of there. Red gun shotgun. Picked off by Marcus Paul. Marcus Paul in the Falcon territory. The Bears have it 1st and 10 at their 47. Aaron Lewis back with Harbaugh out of the shotgun this time. Waddle the motion man. 3rd and 4. Waddle could be gone. To Waddle, 41 yards.
The Bears said yesterday on Monday night, we only threw it to Waddle 1 time. We have to get it to Waddle more. Here you see a good throw, a good catch, and a heck of a run. He runs right by Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders took a reach there, boom, almost got it.
That was his 100th career catch, Tom Waddle. 100 he'll remember. 17-0 Bears. Miller. Rising. Touchdown Atlanta. Donnell Wolford just fell down. 3rd and short. And they do not make it. Tony Smith stopped by Armstrong.
But I'll tell you what happens if you look right here. Here's the guy. He gets penetration. And you cannot allow penetration on short yardage. Watch 93. Boom, he takes on Hinton, and whap, he gets in the backfield. That was a heck of a play by Trace Armstrong.
If they're smart, they depart. That's Mustard. Tripped up by Terry Ray. A gain of 7. And he still remembers very well when you were coaching some of the things you did. Harbaugh to Keith Jennings. First down, Bears at about their own 44.
They didn't even know if Keith Jennings was going to be able to play. He had a shoulder injury. But isn't it funny how a shoulder can be so tight and you can't even move your arm? But when you're in a game and the adrenaline's going and in the heat of battle, you can reach out, stretch out, and catch a ball like Jennings just did there.
That was a heck of a catch. That's Blackwell in motion. Reverse coming to Davis with room. Davis taken down by Deion Sanders at the 35-yard line. McKyer with the assist.
I'll tell you who got a pretty good block on that play was Jim Harbaugh, the quarterback. Let's watch out here. Now here, here you see Deion Sanders is playing man-to-man on the guy who is going to get the reverse. The guy trying to block him was Harbaugh. He jumped right over Harbaugh, chased Wendell Davis all the way across the field, stripped the ball. That's a heck of a defensive play.
Anderson split wide to the right this time. Muster alone behind Harbaugh. Caught by Waddle, close to a first. Harbaugh to Muster. Another Bear first down inside the 15. Stopped by Solomon. First down, Chicago, as Muster's last lunge got it. There at about the Atlanta 15, Muster and Anderson behind Harbaugh. Waddle was the man in motion, and the handoff is to Anderson. Touchdown, Bears. Anderson's second of the day. From 14 yards out, this time 49 yards the first time.
Hey, these Bears are fired up today, and they're running this play, Pat, better than I've seen them do it in a long time. And it's that counter Trey where you pull the offside this way, and you take the counter and get in behind him and run to this side. And that hasn't been a Bear play. It hasn't been a big Bear play. The counter. You see the counter by Neil Anderson, then the Trey. Look at the blocking in the hole, the missed tackling there, and good running.
They have it 1st and 10. Mark Green is the deep back. Waddle is the man in motion. And the handoff is to Brad Muster. Tripped him up.
And he goes in motion. Now watch, here he is in motion, and here's Deion Sanders going in motion with him. So that kind of makes Waddle feel good. He looked over and said, "There's 21 following me. I'm in the big time now. I'm prime time."
This time McKyer followed Waddle. It's Muster again, left side. Picked up 4 perhaps. Stopped by Jesse Tuggle.
And some guys you'd worry about that, you know, announcing it and being going to be the last one, but not Mike Singletary, because he only knows one way to play.
That was Anderson, who had a little bit of daylight, but did get enough, I believe, for first down Chicago.
It's that same play again to the right side, and that's that counter, and they've really been making a living out of that play today. Watch them, they're just going to come over to the right. It's out of shotgun this time. They come in a trap, they just pull the off guard. They all get bumped into each other, but they have really, right here, watching Anderson there, he's just going for the first down. He tripped over his own guy, Wojciechowski there, but they are finding a lot of soft spots in that right side of their offense.
Good job by Wojciechowski. First down, Chicago at their own 41. Harbaugh to throw on first. Outside to Dylan Lewis. Lewis near midfield. Stopped by McKyer. Waddle comes in motion as Harbaugh this time operates from the shotgun. The Falcons blitz. Harbaugh finds Anderson wide open. Anderson hit by Solomon and hit hard from behind by Solomon, but a Bear first down.
Hey, Harbaugh's not going to look to run all the time. Here he's in the shotgun. They have a stunt. They're coming there. He had a pump, and then he saw that guy coming right in his face, and he still stepped into it and threw it to Anderson.
Right now it's Football 92 on CBS. The Bears Falcon. Harbaugh to throw it. That's Muster wide open. Muster out of bounds at about the 11 by McKyer.
And Jim Harbaugh really hung in there. He was getting pressured from the backside. If you watch him here, it's a play pass to the right. No one covers Mustard. Watch the backside. He feels it coming. Even threw a little jump pass. Knew he was going to take the hit, and he threw a strike to Brad Mustard. See the play pass here? You fake there to Anderson. Stand in there, throw that off your back foot, however, but when a guy's that wide open, no one covers him, you don't have to worry front foot or back foot.
No, you really don't. Just outside the 10. Big day for Mustard.
You know, Harbaugh is a lot looser in this second quarter. I thought last Monday night, I thought he was a little tight. I thought in the first quarter he was a little tight. But if you look now, he looks like he's having fun out there. I mean, he's running around, play fake, finding guys, looking, pumping, throwing, doing everything. Even guys drop passes now, and it doesn't bother him. But Jim Harbaugh in this game has loosened up.
He even walks with an air of confidence.
He walks like he's having fun, and that's the way it should be.
Second down and 10. Harbaugh stops Blackwell back to throw it again. Touchdown to Wendell Davis. From 11 yards out, around his legs, but Davis got in.
But you can just see that one of the things that the Bears talked about this week in all those meetings was, you know, having fun again, loosening up. And I think, you can sit up here and you can see that they have loosened up. You can see that they are having fun, especially this guy, Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he is throwing some strikes and some balls in this second quarter that I don't know that he could have done a week ago. That is a sign of joy, among other things.
Miller back to throw again. Chased by Armstrong and down by Trace Armstrong. And Tim Ryan.
Well, here's Armstrong here, and he's just going to run. Miller is trying to take time. Armstrong just comes back there and gets here. He's trying to step up. There was no receiver open. He had to hold the ball just a little extra. See, he brought it down there and trying to come up.
Bears leading 31-7. Harbaugh back to throw it. Screen pass out to Anderson. Room again, knocked out of bounds by Brian Mitchell.
Again, the pressure is not always the type of pressure that you're going to sack the quarterback. But the thing is, you just want to collapse the pocket on him so that he can't step up. And you see Alonzo Spellman was right there. When he went to step up, then you can't step up and follow through and get everything on it. So that's why you always want to push the pocket, collapse the pocket, take the pocket and put it back in the quarterback's face so he can't step. But if you just look at his arms, I mean, you just look at those are like chiseled arms. Then you realize that the legs are like that. I mean, here's a guy who's that big, and he's built like a thin guy. I mean, he doesn't have any fat on him. You can go up and down that body, up and down, front and back, and not find any fat.
First and goal at the 6. Pass for Risen. Touchdown. His second of the day. Second down and 10. Miller back to throw it again. Touchdown, Tony Jones. And Atlanta pulls closer. 23-yard strike from Miller to Jones.
And I'm sure that the fans are thinking that because it's getting a little quiet in this place.
It sure is.
The Bears got a 10-point lead, but this crowd is kind of sitting on their hands waiting to find out what's going to happen.
Second and 10. Harbaugh. Create a little racket.
I tell you, Harbaugh threw that ball the way you have to. He threw a rope in there. Watch, I mean, you talk about putting something on that. Boom, he zipped that thing in there even on slow motion. That thing was a heck of a throw.
From Harbaugh. Anderson's 5th catch of the day. Same formation. 26. Harbaugh to Anderson.
That's what I like about Soldier Field, man. You get up and you still got grass growing in your head. You can't beat that. Look at his shoulder pads. This is the way football should be. Anderson's all over the place here. You know, he lines up in the backfield. He goes in motion. Here he lines up as a wide receiver on the right side. Just runs it up and makes a catch. That was a good pump. You see Harbaugh pumped to the left, threw it right into Anderson. Then boom, he came down right on his head. That will cause grass to grow in your helmet.
Blackwell in motion, a fake to Muster. Throw outside to Muster, a fake to Anderson. Jesse Solomon made the stop, another Bear first down, a gain of 12.
Well, the Bears are going back to what they did in the first half. Good mixture, throwing, running to Anderson, throwing to Anderson, faking to Anderson, throwing to Muster, all those things. And, you know, that's why I always say that Neil Anderson, when you talk about the best running backs in this league, he doesn't always get mentioned because of the, you know, the Emmitt Smiths and the Thurman Thomases and Barry Sanders. But I'll tell you, when you talk about catching passes and blocking, this guy's the best. The best. There's no better than this guy right here.
And running. He scored twice. Quick pass. One-handed catch by Keith Jennings. Donaldson made the stop.
But they got motion there. Boom, he comes right up, gets him right there. Just sticks the left hand out there and just brings it right in. But then he switched it to his right hand, so he really used both of them.
Finally got it on the switch to the right side. 2nd and 2. At the Atlanta 14 and a half. Muster. Touchdown. I believe, yes. Great block by Anderson.
Good call, good run by Muster. But watch the guy, watch Neil Anderson, the first guy. Watch the block that he makes. He's going to come in, boom, right there. I'll tell you, he just hit a guy right in the ear hole, and the first thing to hit the ground with his head. And then Muster just outran everything else to the end zone.
Well, you wonder why the Falcons are slipping and the Bears aren't. It's the same field. Harbaugh takes off to the 30.
This is a football stadium. Here's it. Chicago, the Bears, they wear black shoes. They have big old meat in their barbecue.
Miller. To Risen, complete. 2nd and 10. To throw, throws back across the field. To Drew Hill, maybe a yard. Mangum made the stop.
Hey, old Mangum, he looks like a big old guy now. You know, he only weighs about 170 pounds himself. When he makes a hit there, he jumps on him. He's not a heck of a lot bigger than Jones or Waddle.
Or
he's
Drew
playing
Hill.
defense, yeah, but he's one of those little guys too.
Miller looks at Risen and has him. Risen inside the 25 to about the 24. Wolford and Stinson made the stop.
Get a guy like McMichael, and you are not going to run a lot of draws against him. You see, the minute he sees he comes off his pass rush, he's looking. Did the quarterback pass the running back? If he didn't pass the running back yet, you play draw. Always been there, but they had a lot of injuries and stuff. And I'll tell you, Tony La Russa is one great manager.
They brought up some guys you never heard of who produced. Here's Harbaugh out of the pocket, going deep. And he has Eric Wright for a 24-yard completion and a first down.
That was all Harbaugh there because he got a pass rush and he got away from that pass rush, and how he was able to see down here to his receiver, that is amazing. That was a heck of a throw. Watch his blockers on the left side just fall down here. Look, both of them fall down and here comes Green right there. He grabs a shot at him. Harbaugh is big and strong, and he can run through those armed tacklers. And he ran through, bought that time, and then made that completion possible.
And now 8.5 minutes left to play. The Bears up 38-24. Time becomes very important. Gets it to Kelly Blackwell. Blackwell gets another first down. Stopped by Ray. 18 yards and another Bear first down.
I tell you, for a free agent tight end that Blackwell is, and another tight end with a bad shoulder, they're getting a lot of production out of that tight end position today.
They really felt they were gambling going into this game with only the one healthy tight end, Blackwell. They didn't know about Jennings.
Well, he thought Jennings may be able to play like this, you know, come in and take a play and then not a play. And then Blackwell, we asked him, who else do you have? And he said, no one. There's no other tight ends. Of course, Thornton, we know, is on the IR. He would be his regular tight end.
That was Blackwell's first catch as a pro. Pitch back to Muster. Brad Muster. Inside the 10. Pushed out of bounds at about the 6 by Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I tell you, it's an example of good running, but two good blocks. The first one by Neil Anderson, and the second one by Wendell Davis. But you'll see Anderson come and make the block. Boom! Right there. He takes his guy. That gives him the corner. Muster makes good running here. Then downfield, he's going to get a block right here by Wendell Davis. Right there. Just stay with your guy. Just stay with him. And that was enough to get Deion Sanders off and make another 10 yards.
Harbaugh the holder. Butler's good. His 750th point to tie Walter Payton as the all-time leading Bear scorer.
He's a businessman, he says.
This is Sanders. He has a knack. Into the soft drinks. And out of bounds. Now that'll go away. Here's Miller under pressure. Chased by Tim Ryan and Chris Zorich.
That's what defensive linemen do after they get a sack. They give each other a headbutt.
Horizon. Another touchdown. Richard Fain, you heard him say no. The Bears, the victors.
Falcons and the Bears. These are two teams, playoff teams from a year ago, that stand at 1-2. So they knew that this was a crucial game. Now, after the Monday night disaster at the hands of the Giants, forget the tongue lashing that Mike Ditka might have thought about laying on the Chicago Bears. The Bears players had their own meeting, and they obviously had a pretty good agenda, because look what happened at Soldier Field today. And when Gale Sayers is in the stands, you figure it was their day. And Walter Payton on the field, you figure it's their day. Well, if that doesn't inspire you if you're a running back, nothing will. And Brad, Colonel Muster was into the Atlanta zone early.
Yeah, two great Hall of Fame runners, and the reason they got there, at least part of it, is because of that kind of seal blocking that you see from the Chicago Bear offensive line.
Neil Anderson takes the cutback, and look at him go. They were trying to bury him in the preseason, but he got go all the way. 49 yards, touchdown, 7-0 Bears. But on the kickoff, you know what's happening. Here's the kickoff. He feels it about the 10. And zip. There he goes, right to the seam, and he takes the tackler. He goes into Atlanta territory, but finally, rather Chicago territory. And Richard Fain, his high school teammate who named him primetime, member of the Bears, says hello right there. The return sets up a 45-yard field goal attempt, but the snap is high. And Jerry Glanville's special teams noted for their good play. That should not happen, and that led to a Bears field goal by Kevin Butler, 10-0 from Mike Ditka. Fired up Bears. Lemuel Stinson comes up hard, forces the incompletion. Steve McMichael with the sack of Chris Miller. Marcus Paul is in Miller's face. Incomplete pass. Miller gets one away, And he wished he did because Marcus Paul is there for the interception. Carrying it into Atlanta territory. The Bears take advantage. Harbaugh to what become his favorite receiver. Tommy Waddle, and look at him go. 41 yards, a touchdown. His 100th career catch. Pay dirt 17-0 against the Falcons for the Bears. For prime time, a rough first half, but for Andre Rison, a great first half. The defender falls down to Nell Wolford, and you know the words that Glanville and Rison have had? Touchdown at 17-7, Atlanta within 10. Is this how you do it? Falcons secondary coach Jimmy Carr strutting his stuff. Jerry and Andre talking about it, but they watch Neil Anderson run right, break tackles, into the end zone for a touchdown. The Bears rolling 24-7. Jim Belushi and the Chicago faithful enjoying. Harbaugh to Wendell Davis, touchdown. It's a blowout at half. 31-7 Chicago. Those are L-Dog, Jim Harbaugh's numbers in the first half. But with Atlanta, you got to be prepared to score points all the time. They tried to come back with first. Mark Carrier intercepts Chris Miller. See the flag, though? The Bears are offside, and Miller takes advantage. Here he hits Andre Rison for his second touchdown catch. 31-14. 10 catches, a $177, and 3 touchdowns for Bad Moon Rison. It's 31-21, and Harbaugh senses a Falcon comeback. So we got to get more points. Look at Neil Anderson over the shoulder despite the good coverage. And the pass to Brad Muster. First down. Football one hand, said Keith Jennings. Then Brad Colonel Muster in the end zone with the football. 38-21, the Bears lead. Deion says, kick it to me. But the next time he get the ball, line him up as a wide receiver. Well, you think he would draw double coverage? I think so. A touchdown pass to Rison, his third of the game, was the last play of the game. But it was the Chicago Bears. Neil Anderson and Brad Muster combining for 301 yards. Wow. And Jim Harbaugh throwing for 297 yards, 18 of 24. The Bears 489 yards of total low. This isn't Ditka ball, maybe 41-31, but he will take it as the Falcons fall to 1-3. The Bears are 2-2. What about all the words between Andre Rison and his coach Jerry Glanville? We talked with Bad Moon after the game.
You know, I think that the war between me and Jerry is over. You know, I don't think this game did anything to sweeten the pot up, but as far as, you know, cleaning up the animosity between the two of us. But I think we're ready to play football now.
I'm happy that we won the game, but I think I'm a realist. I'm not a phony. I understand where the problems are, and we're trying to find solutions for the problems. But we've got to play a hell of a lot better if we expect to win a lot of football games.
Oh, Mike obviously looking at the 31 points they gave up, but boy, the Bears scoring 41 points. Their offense was in high gear, Tommy.
Well, they were playing Ditka ball in terms of running the football. Our own Joey T this morning said that the running backs, Brad Muster and Neil Anderson, would have to get on the corners that's outside the tackle and make people miss, and they did a good job of that. Here you see Neil Anderson sealing to the inside, giving Brad Muster the outside lane, and then once Muster gets his body turned north and south, you see what happens to DBs and safeties. Deion Sanders coming up here at the end, can't stick his head in, gets a chance to hit him up high and knock him out of bounds. So, you know, although Ditka will not be pleased with the way that they won and giving up the points they gave up, he's pleased with that running effort.
And the guys catching the ball out of the backfield. Anderson and Muster both running and catching the ball out of the backfield. The Falcons never could defense it. Running the ball, though, you mentioned, Tommy, that's what Mike Ditka wants to see. And today, he got over 200 yards rushing, 217 to be exact. The Falcons, they need to run the football, something we also talked about on game day this morning. Their 4 games, they have amassed only 265 yards and just 24 today on the ground.
While anglers on Lake Michigan were concocting the wildest stories about how the big one got away, Andre Rison has been a fish out of water, playing out wide, not in the slot, in Jerry Glanville's red gun offense. But against the Bears, Rison vividly demonstrated his all-pro credentials.
Miller takes the snap and drops back to pass. As time goes deep down the near sideline for Andre Rison, who's there. Ball caught by Rison at the 20. He's gone. Andre Rison.
Rison strutted his considerable stuff and put on a receiver's clinic by catching 10 passes for 177 yards. Rison caught 3 touchdowns, and quarterback Chris Miller explored every inch of Soldier Field by passing for over 350 yards.
On second down, has time, looks, throws. There's Tony Jones in the end zone. Touchdown!
The Falcons flew high, but the Bears took the low road to victory as number 70 Troy Auzine and number 73 John Wojciechowski paved a glory trail for Neil Anderson.
Anderson slanting right, has a hole. 45, cuts it back to the 40, to the 30, going all the way. 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
While Bears outflew Falcons, the Tortoise outran the Hare.
Being blitzed by Darian Connor, throws the middle, got Waddle, breaking free to the 3.
On your mark, set.
To the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown!
He outran Dion for 4 yards.
He had a 10-yard head start. White flash.
And at the finish line, the Bears had waddled to their second victory.